Chivalry is dead. This expression has always bugged me, and I've been hearing it a lot lately, so I've been thinking about what it means and whether it is true. What is chivalry? Dictionary.com offers 6 definitions, all of them in some way describing chivalry as a code of honor for knights. Only one mentions non-martial behavior, namely courtesy and generosity, and only one implies that the code has relevance to people other than knights, namely gentlemen. So should it be expected that all men hold themselves to the same code of honor that knights did? Would that be for the betterment of most men? Let's look at the origins of chivalry. According to historian David Crouch, chivalry grew out of the Davidic ethic, which gave moral authority based on the imperative for the strong to protect the weak. Firstly, the church. Secondly, women and children. Do we still have a system of moral credibility given to men who defend the church? Debatable. But if not, would this mean that chivalry is dead? Or have we simply changed the priority from church, then women and children, to only women? Or do we perhaps have a new church? Either way, it is obvious to anyone on the internet that we still have a class of strong knights protecting a class of the weak. So in light of this, why do people say that chivalry is dead? Historian Jean-Charles Lénard de Sismondi highlights that the call to chivalry is championed by a romantic notion that some great age of chivalry existed, whereby it is plain to see that life was better when men were chivalrous. He notes that such an ideal has existed for a great length of time across numerous societies, but that, when we come to examine either the one period or the other, although we find in each some heroic spirits, we are forced to confess that it is necessary to antedate the age of chivalry at least 3 or 4 centuries before any period of authentic history. So the idea that chivalry is dead is necessary to proliferating the guilt trip that is chivalry. Chivalry is just as rampant now in terms of strong protecting weak as it was during the golden age of chivalry, and that same golden age saw just as much of people lamenting the good old days of chivalry. So chivalry is always alive because it has always been dead. Is it a zombie? What about the other application? Not to knights, but to gentlemen. Could this be the heart of the matter? Is it that people say chivalry is dead not because of a lack of knights, but because of a lack of gentlemen? I'm sure some women would say as much is true. What then is a gentleman? Dictionary.com offers 7 definitions. All of them that provide a description of the traits of a gentleman point towards someone endowed of money and high society. So when people say that chivalry is dead, do they rather imply that there are not enough rich men in the world? What about left-leaning folk? Surely encouraging wealth inequality is a strange objective for... Wait a minute, Holy shit, I think we just discovered why so many leftists were willing to vote for Hillary Clinton.